Okay. So, hello everyone. Welcome to our first webinar for Fall 2021. My name is Pooja, and I am the president of Indian Students Association at UTD for the year 2021. I joined UTD in spring 2021 and currently pursuing Masters in Business Analytics. Now, this webinar is, basically to get connected with you, give you some information about the university, and provide some guidance with respect to various processes involved. Uh, Overall, I would say basically help you in your transition phase. Now, before we begin, I would like to welcome uh, Ekansh. Can you go to the next slide, please? Yeah. So I would like to welcome our guest speakers, Mr. Sasha Ramani and Meena Kubele from Empower Financing, which is one of the most esteemed financing organization. He would be helping us with some finance related questions and various loan processes during the end of the webinar. Next slide, please. Yeah. So, before we begin, I would like to congratulate everyone, all the future commits for making it to UTD. It's an achievement. I wish all the luck to all the students who are still waiting for the decision. I'm sure, most of you would have like a number of questions and doubts and concerns, which we want to address. And we did see the Google Forms shared by us on the WhatsApp links. We had about more than 400 entries. So yeah, we know like there are a lot of questions coming up, which is quite justified looking at the situation right now. So not to worry, we're here to help you. Yeah, that's our motive basically. Next slide, Ikansh. So, firstly, I would like to give a quick introduction about ISA and our team, and then we will follow the core topic of discussion. So, ISA is basically a non-profit social cultural association at UTD. We strive to make everyone feel at home here, and our motto is service before self. Now, every year we have like more than thousands Indian students coming to a university. So, we basically guide them and help them with the basic amenities. We are one of the largest Indian student community, and our alumni network, we have about more than 6,000 members. We until COVID hit us, we were able to manage about 1,200 Indian students for the fall and spring pickups. Also, we were able to provide temporary accommodation for more than 1,000 students. But from the last, I guess, just after the COVID, we weren't able to do it. But this year, we're back on campus and we will be providing these services as well. We also organize various programs like, these festivals. We celebrate all of them, and we try to have like a lot of fun events throughout the year, so you don't feel that you're away from home, at least in terms of celebrations. Uh, yeah. Also, we try to assist more than 800 Indian students in their transition using through one of the program which is called Buddy Program, and this was initiated by ISA, which I will talk about in the further slides. Next slide, please, Ekant. Yeah, so this is our faculty advisor, Professor Gaurav Shekhar. Like most of you, I guess, would have been in contact with him. He is our faculty advisor. He's also our program director for the MSBA program. And this is our team. We are 27 of us, and for the year 2021 to 2022, we will be here to help you. Next slide. Yeah, so in the leadership team, I'm the president, Pooja, and we have vice president Ekansh, general secretary Raj, treasurer me, and public relation officer Richa. Next slide. For the SOC officer, we have Aishwarya and Siddharth. Event and logistic, we have Prasad, Vaibhav, Dharini. Next slide. Shravya and Neem. Finance officer, we have Pranali. Anand Arnab, we have as a webmaster. Social media officer, we have Pooja and Roshni. Design and creative officer, we have Sakshi and Ria. And our content officer is Sidra. For the anchoring officer, we have Sailesh and Dhara. Next. Sports officer, we have Sandeep and Raj. Our media and photography head is Chinmay Patil. Music officer, we have Divyansh and Akansha, and our dance officer is Aarti. Now, I just want you guys to know these faces so that you know whom to contact in the upcoming, once you're here, or even through WhatsApp. Most of, like all of us are admin of all the WhatsApp groups that you guys are part of. So you know whom to contact. Next slide. So now, the purpose of ISA is basically to provide an opportunity for all the students who are from India and share the culture and heritage of India, and also educate the other students who are not from India about our culture. Overall, throughout the year, we have like about 9 festival celebration. We have the Fall Bash 2021, which is basically welcome party kind of a thing for all the students. It goes on for about 2 to 3 days. We have the Sports Fest Udan and Sangam, which is our flagship event. Next slide. So we have like about 6 events during the fall and few events during the spring. So I think as soon as you guys are here in US, you will be starting with Independence, Ganesh Chaturthi, Fall Bash, Navratri, Diwali, and so on. Next slide. And the spring events, we have Republic Day, Sangam, Holi, and I Week. Next slide. So these are some of the pictures which I would like to show you. Now, these happened before COVID. So these were like, I think probably 2009, 2020 Sangam was the last on-campus event which took place. We had Independence Day celebration, the pictures you see. Next slide. Ganesh Chaturthi. I think this would be your first event, first festival celebration when you come to US. So I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun. Next slide. The Fall Bash. We have a lot of competition, singing, dancing, fashion show, etc. Just in the month of September. Next slide. Navratri, it goes on for like 10 days, we know that, but the celebration is quite good. We have about 2 to 3 days of celebration. Next slide. And Diwali, these are the pictures of 2019. Next slide. The Republic Day 2020, this happened in the Jan, and just after this, I think the next Republic Day, which was 2021, we had it virtual. Next slide. Yep. So this was a Sangam, which was the last on-campus event. Next slide. This is the dance crew of ISA. Next slide. And then we have the music crew. Now, the core topic of our discussion today would be the different holds that you guys would be seeing in your Galaxy portal, the buddy program, the housing options, pre-arrival or orientation, the visa process. Also, we would be having our representative from Empower talk about the financing, and we have the Q&A session. Now, Q&A session will be open for the last 15 minutes. You guys will be able to put in your questions during the last 15 minutes, and we will have people to answer that. If we are not able to answer that, if we're not able to cover all the questions, I know it's not enough, but if we're not able to, we will create an FAQ of all the questions and then share it with you guys using WhatsApp or any other social media platform. We will be sharing all the FAQs. It will also be published on our ISA website, so you can just go and check. Yep. So about the holes, we know that you guys these holes are generally put up before as to prevent you from registering to classes. Basically, there are 3 type of holes: international hold, enrollment hold, and general hold. Now, for the international hold, generally it's related to immigration. Uh, you basically have to email ISSO to get these holds removed. For the enrollment, you might have maybe transcript issues or any other documentation. You will have to contact the admission office, utd.admission. And general hold could be maybe related to TB test or any other hold for which may be related to your prerequisites and etc. for which you will have to contact your graduate advisor. So basically, like for suppose I'm in JSOM, so for JSOM it is jsom.grad-advising. Similarly, for the other departments, you will have your grad advising email ID for which you will have to contact them and ask them to get these holds removed. They generally take like a week to reply, so you guys would have to have patience. Now, this is the buddy program. Now, this is an initiative of ISA. This is very unique. So, what we basically do here is we assign each of you, that is, each of the incoming students, with a mentor who's from the same branch of study. So, like if I'm MSBA, so I will be assigned to a mentor who's also from MSBA, so that he would help me in, you know, some specific questions related to my courses, or maybe to the professor which are the recommended courses for a particular field. You can ask any of these questions. So what we will do is maybe like probably in a week or so we will try to share this link with you, and you will have to sign up for them, and then we will assign you to a particular mentor, and you can stay in contact with him, ask any kind of question to them related to the course. Yeah, they would be happy to help you. Next slide. This was a question which was asked by most of you people. Like we tried to incorporate all the questions that you guys asked in the Google form in the slides, but this was one question which, like, I think almost everyone, all of you have asked related to housing. I mean, it's obvious. Like now that you're planning to come here, you would want to start looking for house. So I would say that now there are basically two different sides which you would want to go. One, the DART is basically the bus facility by UTD. Now we see that the frequency of bus in the east side is about 30 minutes. It was actually less than 30 minutes before COVID, but now it is 30 minutes. I hope that once we are on campus it might reduce, but I'm not sure. So uh, east side people, generally the frequency of the bus is 30 minutes more than the west side. That's the reason people generally prefer west side. So these are the communities. You can find it on website. You can just go to the portal and inquire about the different units available, and also the WhatsApp groups that you guys are all part of. You can just put in any question related to housing, as well as, and if you want to find flatmates, we are also planning to open or create another WhatsApp group for flatmates specially, so that you get into contact with people. Like the housing related questions will be addressed in that group. We will do that soon, but until then you can just put in any, if you want to find your flatmates, you can just put those messages in the group. And these slides will be shared with you, and also this has been recorded. It will be put up on YouTube, so you can always look at these and go to the website and check. Next slide, please. Yeah, so now there are some orientations. Now, previously before COVID, we used to have it offline, but the time I came and the previous batch, basically they had it online. You guys will also have it online. I think probably in the end of June, you have one orientation, which is going to be by ICP, and we are again a part of that. On 30th June, you will be seeing us. So that orientation will be an official orientation from the ICP at UTD, which is Intercultural Program. So we would like to see you there, and that's basically gonna. We will try to answer most of your questions related to the course, related to the uh, websites, the portals, and immigration, etc. We will also try to have the ISSO, someone representing ISSO during that webinar, so that you can just shoot in the questions related to immigration as well. We would recommend that you guys, so these videos will be available to you. Maybe probably like you will get an email from ICP, and these videos will be available also on Galaxy portal, I guess. So you can watch it, and it's recommended that you guys watch it so that it's easy for you to prepare for your life in US. Next slide, please. Now this is the visa process. I think most of you are in at this stage. So now these are some of the links. So basically, for the visa process, we have three different steps. First is the payment of service fee, then is the online DS 160, and then the payment of visa and booking of slot. So these are some of the YouTube videos which you can watch and understand the process. I think I'm not sure if it will be useful for all of you, because I think most of you all would be at the stage of booking the slots, but to others, these would be really helpful. Next slide, please. These are some of the documents. We have tried to put it in different folders, so that generally the consulate officers do not want I do not want it. You guys try to put in all the documents there, and then they ask one document, and it gets messy. At that time, you might be finding document which takes a lot of time. So we try to make different folders so that you guys like put it in a different folder and keep especially the folder one is the most usable. They are generally asked, and after that, it is a bank related document which are generally asked. So keep these very handy. Next slide. These are the documents related to education, so these are not like very rarely asked by during the visa interview, but it's good to have. Yeah. Next slide. Next slide, please, Ikansh. So once you are here in US, things are not going to be the same. You guys are going to go through some kind of a cultural shock, which is obvious when you come from any other country. There are a lot of the way you interact with people is going to be completely different, so we want you guys to be aware of it. So we thought we will note down some of these points which you should keep in mind generally when you're trying to interact with people here in US. So first thing, please be nice, courteous, and smile to people you meet. I mean, not people who you meet, who you know, but anyone randomly as well. People generally smile here and wish them, greet them like good morning or good evening, whatever time, how is your day going. So you don't have to like sit and answer them how your day has been, but just be nice and greet them well to anyone randomly, even if it is someone just coming in your path, just smile at them. Another thing, thank every person you meet, the bus drivers, the UTD DART people, Uber drivers, people at the restaurant, everywhere. You will have to thank everyone. And it's courtesy to hold doors for people following you. The traffic rules are quite strict here, so please follow them. Also, like, it's not India that you can just cross the road whenever you want, just stop the cars and just go. So there's a way to do that here. You have to push the button, and because I don't think, I mean, it's difficult if you wanna just behave like the way it is in India here. So it's better you follow the rules. Tips. Yes, so that's not something which we follow in India, but here no tip is an insult. If someone is providing you any kind of service, maybe restaurants or any kind of services, maybe even haircut or anything, everywhere there's some involvement of some service which you're being given, it's recommended that you tip them. Also, so you need to seek permission from people if you're touching their pets and babies. It's kind of offensive if you don't do it. Another very important thing is plagiarism. Now, this is so even during the orientation, I think you will have a module for which you will have to go through various videos and some tests related to plagiarism as well, which is a mandate for everyone because this is like really serious here. I know some of the universities in India have also started this plagiarism test, but over here, any document that you submit that goes out of you to the university, it may be assignments, homeworks, or projects, anything, it will go through the plagiarism test. So please be careful with respect to that. Next slide, please. Yeah, some other etiquettes. Now, you should board the bus from the front door only and wait for others to deboard the bus first. Asking now here, you can't just ask anyone how much you have scored in the test. I mean, maybe if it is an Indian, you wouldn't. If you're friends, then it's okay. But if it is someone unknown, it is considered offensive. So do not do that. Don't ask how much money people make. That's again a very offensive question. In general, you can call people by their name. This is kind of general in most of the countries, not just here. So you can you can call people by their first name. But if in case you don't know, you can just call them sir or madam. Spitting is not accepted here, so you can use the code used issue. Now, burp is not a compliment for chef over here. Please say excuse before you do that. Use deodorants. People can turn up saying, like, people are very blunt here. They might just say that you're stinking on your face. So we don't want such situations. So please be careful. Next slide. Yep. So now I would like to welcome Mr. Melaku to present. I'll just give him the access to present it. He will be talking about the loan process and giving you the information related to international loans available for the students, which is going to be quite helpful for you guys, at least at this point of time. Yeah. You can go ahead.
Thank you so much, Pooja.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, it's good morning and good evening to everyone here today. Definitely a huge honor to be able to speak to each and every one of you all. More importantly, this is an important time for you all. You are working so hard. This is more than just your academic journey, but eventually your career and life beyond. With that being said, just bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to pull up my presentation. Okay, and just to confirm, you guys can see my screen well? Okay. So with that being said, welcome. We are Empower Financing, and definitely a huge shout out to ISA from UTD as well. Now here at Empower Financing, we do have a mission-driven focus. Essentially, we believe that socioeconomic mobility should be borderless. The last thing that students, top talented students such as yourself, should be faced with would be a lack of funding. And so for that reason, we do provide a 21st century loan product that will enable most international students to not require any type of cosigner, no collateral credit history. In fact, we would not even be able to accept one if you wish to provide so. So the first question that we do get asked by students would be, what is the maximum amount of funding that you could apply for? We do provide loans in the amount of $50,000. That is the maximum lifetime cap. And the term of the loan will be 10 years upon graduation. Typically, students are in degrees, essentially for 2 years or less. Type of programs that we can support.
We have to share it first. We can't see your screen.
Oh, you say you can't see my screen. All right.
Yeah, the PPT, yeah, we need to share that first.
Sure. Let me. What about now?
Yes, we can now. You can go ahead.
Okay. Thanks so much. So just in continuation, so we do provide loans of up to $50,000. The term of the loan will typically be 10 years upon graduation. Now, we do support students essentially that are going to be within the last 2 years of graduating. In most cases of students pursuing a graduate program, these degrees typically take 2 years, essentially. So that wouldn't be a problem. Now, the funds that we do provide in the form of a loan can be able to cover your tuition, housing, meals, healthcare is another expense. Essentially, any other school expense is something that would be covered. Now, as far as our rates, our interest rates are concerned, we only offer one type, and that is a fixed interest rate throughout the entirety of the loan. There does come a couple of benefits with that. Of course, a standard, consistent monthly payment for you to get used to. However, we do provide ways for you to reduce your actual interest rate, and we'll be able to touch on that in a second. Now, for you, students, one reason why a lot of people reach out to Empower would be to a lack of credit history in the United States. Now, the positive of that is that consistent monthly payments on time, of course, will be able to help establish a U.S. credit history. Now, sorry, we're getting a request here, but just moving forward, we do provide visa support letters for anyone who does receive a loan approval. Finally, there is no prepayment penalty. So you're happy to pay off the loan as soon as you like. And we actually do encourage that because the interest rate is a fixed daily stated interest. And so the sooner that you pay it off, that's less interest that will eventually accrue. So as we touched on earlier, we have two main criteria for anyone to apply for a loan. Essentially, you'll have to apply at an eligible university, what UT Dallas is. And finally, you must be within 2 years of graduation. As mentioned, all degree types are accepted. Now, one thing that we've been able to do just for your convenience, we'll be able to share a copy of this presentation with you, as well as an Empower brochure for those of you who may not be familiar. And embedded within this very presentation, we have a specific link that you'll be able to click on to help get you started. The application process is all online. We wish to sort of meet people halfway. A lot of times we have students saying that they'll either have to go run it back and forth to different places, such as banks, or having to involve various family members. So we try our best to make this as seamless as possible. Now, we do wish to announce that we are running a special specifically for UT Dallas students through our partnership with ISA. Now, what we want to do is click on this very specific link. There is a limited number for students who do get approved for a loan, and that eventually gets funded and they start their program. We do provide a virtual gift card of your choice. There are various vendors such as Amazon and such forth. But we do want to provide that for you all. So definitely take advantage of that. Related to our incentives that we're able to provide for students to reduce their interest rate, there are 3 of them. The first of which is when you sign up for ACH, also known as automatic payment from your US bank account, we will reduce your interest rate by 0.5 percentage point. Now, when you make 6 months of continuous on-time payments while on autopay or ACH, you will get a second 0.5 percentage point reduced. Now, finally, as soon as you graduate, just send us proof of graduation. This can be as simple as sending us an email. And finally, full-time salaried employment. Now, to please know, for the full-time salaried employment, this can be in Texas, anywhere in the United States, literally anywhere in the world if you plan on going back home or beyond. We do consider ourselves more than a lender, and we are very happy to support students in various ways. The first of which is with our visa and immigration support. The first of which is, of course, our visa support letters that we're able to provide. But we also have certified immigration professionals on staff for students that may have different scenarios where it will require some additional help. Yes, we are able to support you in that way. As we mentioned, you do provide a way for you to build your credit history. And the great important thing is most students, if not all, would still be in the US upon their graduation for some type of time. Now, the great benefit of building your US credit is that you'll have more sort of avenues for you to use, whether it may be credit cards, whether it may be loans for a home or a car, or you name it. That will be very beneficial for you. We do have our Path to Success program. Essentially, this is where we have a dedicated set of team members, as well as our human resources team. They will help review your resumes. They will help have conversations with you as far as career preparation. We do help provide some general training for your interview as well. And then finally, one question that people get asked us a lot is what we consider assimilation support. So as Pooja lightly touched on in our presentation today, we want to make sure that you're not just coming here and you're having the funds. We will actually connect you with other students from your home country, or maybe a person that you wish to connect with, maybe from UT Dallas, or just with a similar degree. And a lot of times they help you transition into this place as well. So we do want for you to leverage that as well. Now, related to the pandemic support, of course, the world is still sort of transitioning and still dealing with that. For those of you who may have some issues or hardships experienced when paying off a loan, we do have various resources on a case-by-case and in a more personalized manner for you all. So yes, we are happy to provide that for you all. Now, we do offer a rolling number of scholarships throughout the year. The main sort of flagship scholarship will be our Global Citizen Scholarship. Now, any international students are welcome to apply. Double check the eligibility. There are certain things that you just want to make sure you're in the clear. And we offer a number of awards just for the global citizenship throughout the year. So definitely check out our website. We have a number of ones as well. We have Women in STEM. That's another very popular one. The Women in STEM and Global Citizen Scholarship are active right now. So definitely feel free to visit our website. We also are offering a summer of scholarships. So from now, we've been running it for some time, and throughout the rest of the year, please feel free to apply ahead of time. And there's a great opportunity for any one of you to be able to win these. Now, sort of as we close here, one thing we like to mention, there may be some students here on the line that have either applied for financing already with Empower, or maybe they're ready to do so, or maybe they're this is the first time hearing about us. So one thing I will say is please use our specific link. That way you will be included in the essentially the giveaway, the credit. And then finally, we do have a team of what we call relationship managers. Essentially, once you start an application, someone will be assigned to you, and this one person will be the same person that's going to review your documents, They're going to kind of walk you through the processes and any other questions you may have. And now for each of you who may have questions, toward the Q&A, I'll be staying here online. I'm happy to answer as best as I can. But in closing, thank you all, especially to the ISA team. I really appreciate us on behalf of Empower today.
Thank you so much. I'm sure people have a lot of questions here. So, hi, Richa. So, Richa is our public relation officer, and Meet is our treasurer. We are here to, answer most of your questions. So, any questions related to, we would like to first answer most of the questions related to financing. So, please shoot your questions with related to Empower and the slides that you went through, so that we can answer.
Hi guys, I hope all of you are doing really well and hope everyone back home is safe and happy. And I know it's like a very stressful situation for all of you, and you have a lot of questions about visas and how can you come and like all the logistics. And don't worry, really, we're here to help. We're on a WhatsApp. You can reach out to any of the admins that are there. Just reach out for any sort of question. No question is stupid. Nothing, like just reach out for any questions that you have, and we're here to help you out through your journey. When you come here, till you're here, and till we're here to help you out. So like, don't worry at all. And about your vaccine questions, about your everything, I think first of all, I'd like to address the vaccine question. Like a lot of you had an issue whether you should get a vaccine, whether you should not get a vaccine. We don't have any mandate from the government so far, so we are not clear on that question as of now. But you should consult your doctor back home whether how to go about it. If you already have taken a vaccine, I'm not the right person to tell you whether you should take a vaccine there or whether you should take a vaccine here. Your doctors are the best person to reach out to if you have any queries, any questions about your vaccine, whether you should take it there, whether you should come here and take it. And like there is nothing like that if you take a vaccine you won't be able to come here. Like there are no such rules so far, so don't worry, don't get stressed out about that. I know the visa slots are not opening yet, but I'm assuming they'll be opening soon, so it's going to be tough to get get an appointment. So don't worry about that also. Don't lose your hope. I got it at the very last moment, right before I had to come. So like anything can happen. You will get your slots, you will be able to come. And for any questions, if you have holds, if you're not able to register for your classes, for anything, just mail whoever the respective authorities. People here are very helpful with any of your questions. They will help you out, and they're very considerate given the situation. Everyone understands what's going on. It's a global pandemic, so you don't have to worry about that as well. So any questions you have, reach out to professors if you can, reach out to whatever authorities, like Pooja suggested while she was going through the presentation, that if you have any queries about your admissions, reach out to admissions office. If you have any problems with your registration of your classes or your coursework or anything, reach out to your graduate advisor or undergraduate advisor, given whatever for whatever course you're coming here for. Reach out to ISSO. Everyone takes time because there hasn't been incoming for like almost a year now. So there are a lot of questions that are coming to these people. So please have patience while they answer your questions. It will take some time. So yeah, about housing and everything, I think she answered your question. We will have more webinars coming up. Keep a track of us. Follow us on our Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere. We will be posting about our future webinars so that you can attend those. And we are noting down all your questions. If at all we're not able to answer in this webinar, we will be answering in further webinars, and we will be sending you FAQs just in case, so that you have all your queries answered. So don't worry about that either. And now, yes, the floor is open to questions. Please shoot away your questions and feel free to ask any question. No question is stupid. And if you have finance related questions, we have an Empower representative here. So any question, whatever you have, please feel free.
Yeah. Thank you, Richa. So, yeah, we have some questions related to Empower, I guess. They're asking if 50K loan amount is per annum. How long is the whole process for loan and its approval?
Absolutely. And thanks for everyone's questions as well. So related to the $50,000, you have the freedom to choose how exactly you want to split that up. $50,000 can be used in one year, or if you just only need a certain amount less than that for a specific semester or academic term, you're more than welcome to just use what you need. Now, one thing, just a sort of caveat to add, is that just a single application is capped at 25,000. So if you just need additional funds, you just simply start a brand new application. You'll select the very same or different term that you want to apply those funds for. And then one other thing that we can do for you is your relationship manager will be able to copy the documents from your first application to your second one. That way you're not just kind of taking time for something that is a little redundant. Now, as far as how long is the whole process for loan and its approval, so that really depends on a number of factors. The first of which is when exactly are you submitting an application and when you need the funds. Right now, we're in the peak of our peak season. And so now you can expect anywhere from someone from submitting an application and actually submitting all required documents. Once that happens, that's what we call our final review. Now we're seeing anywhere between a 3 to 4 week turnaround time to get an answer, at least on the approval of the loan. Once you get the approval of the loan, it's just a matter of how soon you wish to accept the terms of it. Then we just do a follow-up process where we reach out to the school and we ask them, when exactly do you want the funds to be sent over? So in all, during this month and the next month at our peak, you can expect anywhere about a month to maybe about a month and a week or so. Now, after that, in August, September, and sort of on our non-peak times, typically the turnaround time once you submit an application with the required documents is 5 business days. So as you can see, a much quicker turnaround time for that. Let me see if there's any other.
Yeah, there was one. Will loan process app be applicable for online classes?
That is a very good question, actually.
Yeah.
So right now, unless things change, we will require you to be in person on campus. And the reason, another sort of thing that we'll ask for you is to provide us a copy of your visa as well ahead of time. You're more than welcome to apply, get your decision, and everything will be okay. And then once you get an approval and you're actually ready to sort of transition to coming over here, we're going to ask you, please upload your visa, and then we'll be able to disperse the funds to your school.
Yeah, so now there were some questions related to the presentation. So we will be sharing this presentation on our YouTube description link. What is the process to get someone to pick us up from the airport when needed? Yeah, so we will be rolling out a form-based airport pickup form, and probably like I guess after during the end of this month, so that you guys can fill that form. We'll get to know all your details with respect to the flight that you're taking, or uh, the timings, your picture, and etc. So the Google Forms will be shared very soon, and once we get all the details, we have started working on the pickup, so do not worry about that. Can we find the
Pooja,
yeah.
there was a question for Empower that I think this person has completed their high school in US, but they are considered as an international student as they are on L2 visa. Can they still apply for the loan process?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome.
And also, can they only apply for scholarships at Empower only if they have applied for the loan through them, through you guys? Is that
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, you can apply just for the scholarships and no need to apply for a loan at all. You're perfectly fine, or both.
Thank you.
The next question is, can you find the accommodation within a month of the start date? Yeah, yes, you can. You can find it even before a week of the start date, but you won't find it the place you wanted to. Like, if there are many apartments out here that do lease like on like 1 week basis or 2 week basis. You'll find it eventually, but I think you'll have to go little far on the east side, or pay a little extra for that particular apartment as compared to your friends or other people are coming in. How and when should we register for the classes? I think registrations are open for the classes right now. You can go on Galaxy and register for them. I think the process might be explained to you by ISIS or someone else, but the registrations are open long back. So if you want to register for the classes, you should go right now and do that, because they end up getting full pretty fast.
How and when should we register for the classes? So we have the orientation coming up. We do not have the exact date with us right now, but we have an orientation coming up in, I guess, 16th of June or during the around 20th of June. So there, the ICP and all the authorities from UTD will be having their own sessions. You will have to attend all of them, and then you will get to know about the registration process as well. Where can you access the recording of the session? On YouTube, we will share it. Just type, I guess, ISA UTD and you will get it. Is there any specific amount of cash you can carry with you while coming to the US? I think Meet, you can take that question.
I think about 10,000 you can get, but you'll have to declare it apparently.
Thanks, Richa.
Like 10,000 rupees.
No, $10,000.
Okay.
Total amount, like that's the
Yep,
total you
got
can
it.
get.
Total amount. Did anyone face with not issuing MSCS I-20 having three or more prerequisites? Yeah, we did receive some information on this. Like if you have more than three prerequisites, you're not, I think they're providing some kind of a hold and you cannot register for the classes. So you will have to contact your department, the CS department and the graduate advisor basically. And I think you should be able to get your answer there.
Also, guys, just would like to add here, like anything you need to know about what you can carry, how much cash you can carry, how many things you can carry, whatever you can find it on the website of the flights that you're going to be booking and on the website of the airports. So actually make sure that you have gone through it thoroughly so that you know what you can bring and what you cannot. You don't want to be like stuck in a weird place where you got something. Please try to not bring seeds because they do not allow it. Please try to not bring grains because they do not allow it. So please make sure that you have ticked off everything that you find on that list of things that you cannot bring. So yeah.
Just jumping here as well. I saw a question from a student related to what the interest rates are. So for an international student and you're pursuing a graduate program, your interest rate will start off at 11.99%. Of course, that's fixed. And please note that is before any of the interest rate reduction incentives. If you're going to be essentially due to our eligibility, that will probably take care of 90% of the students. There are some cases where a student is still an undergraduate and maybe they have some type of accelerated program that allows them to be complete that within 2 years. And then for those, the interest rate is going to be 13.99 for an undergraduate. Now, one thing I didn't touch on too much, but I would love to do that before I sort of end any, before while we still have time today, will be what documents you may need to bring with you or have on you. Very quick. So that would just be, of course, your transcripts if you're a current student, but more importantly, it will probably be an admission letter for the vast majority of you all. We're going to ask you for proof of government issued ID from your home country, so back home in India, then your passport, of course. At one point, you'll get your I-20. We'll ask you to provide that as well. And then, of course, your visa. Now, unrelated to that, we're just going to ask you a couple very quick things about where you live, your home country address. If you're living with family members, we'll just ask you to provide some type of utility bill or a bank statement that has their name, a date, so we know it's something recent. We ask for within the last 30 days. And then, of course, the ID of your family member as well. but we'll definitely send out a required document checklist that the ISA team will be able to share with you all. But any other questions, please feel free to ask.
Yep, we'll do that. Thank you. We have a question. When can we join the organization at UTD? What is the process for that? So the next webinar, probably on 30th June, we will be sharing a membership link with you guys so that you can join the UTD organization. So UTD, by that I mean you will be a part of UTD. For the officers, it would start like you can start as a volunteer, and all the events that we have, you can participate as well as volunteer for all those events. We would be really happy to have all of you volunteering also. Like, I know most of us will be busy with internships and various other work, so it would be a great help if you guys volunteer as well, and we will get to know you more, and it will be really helpful for you later if you want to apply for the officers. Those will for sure count. So yeah.
So, so the next question is, what is the process of opening a bank account and which bank to choose and docs required? So in ISA, usually we do type with different banks like Chase, BB&T and all. They do set up booths in the university or at different estates. So you guys can come over there and get your account set up very easily by them. So I think the documents you need is just your passport, visa, I-20 and I-94. So that's not much of an hassle. But yeah, we do have tie-ups with different banks to set up accounts with them. I would say right now people usually prefer Chase, BB&T, or else BOFA. So those three are the best banks to open your account right now, because they also do have offers for different students for free money and everything. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Meet. Please guide us. When is the recommended duration for booking the apartment? Do estates and Pearl release more apartment for August first week? Yes, they do. Right now, they have availability starting from July, I guess. When you go to their website, you see that the apartments are available from July. But by the end of for this month, I believe they should be opening for August, because they know the amount. Most of the students who stay in estates and Pearl are basically Indians, and these two communities are like completely student community, and that is why it's the most recommended. What is the recommended duration for booking the apartment? It's earlier the better, I would say, but you can start the application only once you get the visa. So you can talk to them, you can fill their contact form and get into contact with the leasing office and get to know the details. But for booking, you will need to provide them documents which include visa as well. Do you have any fixed date for pickups for large group coming in so that we can plan our travel dates with other students flying out from the same city? So, yeah, now it would be great if there are a lot of people coming from on the same day, so it will be easier for us to accommodate all of them on the same day. So, we do not have any fixed date as such, but if there is a specific date where we see that a lot of people are coming, so instead of a car we could have a bus facility or anything of that sort, so that everyone is accommodated and it's easier for us as well. So the form that we share, we will have the dates as well as, and in that, like, you will have to submit the date that you're planning to fly. So we would get to know the details, and depending on the volume of people arriving on that particular date, we will arrange it. A lot of classes like professional development and others can't be seen in the list while registering. What to do in that case? Well, this is a question you need to ask to you can just email graduate advisor, but I think it should be there because professional development is like a mandate question, which is, mandate subject, which is for most of the JSOM students. And, but yes, it's not a mandatory for the MSCS students. And also in case you have some kind of an experience in US, you can always waive that off, but you will have to email JSOM grad advising for that. do we need to quarantine elsewhere, or can we move into the leased apartment? So any of the communities, all the apartments, they do not have any mandate to quarantine, but it is recommended that you guys at least quarantine for 3 to 4 days, I suppose. Yeah, but it's not a mandatory. Even the university is not making it a mandate, so it shouldn't be a problem. There was a form which was shared by Richa. I hope all of you have filled. Uh, Asking about parking or student ID card. Okay. Once you enter the campus, you will have to, there is a student service office here. You will be given the link and you can just fill in there and then apply for commit card, that is student ID card basically. It's a very easy process. You will just need to go there and provide your photo pictures, and it should be fine. Can we only apply for scholarship at Empower only if we have applied for loan through them?
That's been answered. We
Okay,
can
got
apply
it.
for scholarship anywhere.
Got it.
There's someone who's asking, do we need to bring this amount of cash? No, you don't need to bring any amount of cash. But how much can you bring? How much do you require? It depends on person to person, so that you need to see for yourself. And someone was asking why we're not making a Discord group. We're not making a Discord group right now because we need to accommodate everyone, and not everyone has access to Discord. So WhatsApp is a preferred social media platform for a lot of people. So for now, we're just keeping that. Maybe in the future, we will combine everything and make a Discord group or a Telegram group or something like that. So
Yeah, the only reason we also had a discussion on this, should we have a Telegram group or Discord group? But the only reason is not everyone uses that, and we wanted to accommodate everyone at the same place and share the same information everywhere. So we decided to have the WhatsApp group, since the most accessible platform is WhatsApp. But once we have everyone there, we can just have one particular Discord or Telegram group. Um, Also, related to quarantine, I would like to mention that always keep a watch on the CDC website and also UT Dallas COVID website to get the updated information in case there is any change at any point of time.
Also, I'd just like to add one more thing for you guys. When we were coming, the sorry. So
Yeah.
when we were coming, they were not accepting any cash on the airports or anywhere. So it's preferred, and it will be better for you guys if you have a travel card or something. You can reach out to your banks if they provide something that can be used internationally as well. That would be better. Keeping cash might not be that good an idea because a lot of people will not be accepting cash given the situation right now. So keep that in mind as well.
There was a question, when can we join the various organizations at UTD? What is the process for that? Yes, there are various organizations like ISA. There are many other which are related to technical also. So you guys would like, for example, for marketing, there is Marketing Analytics Club. For data science, you have Data Science Club. So you can join all of them. Once you get the access to the Comet ID card, and once you in the program completely registered for classes, you will get a lot of emails from your program director with respect to all those. And also at the UTD website you can always see these organizations. The process, you will just have to apply probably. Yeah, if you want to be an officer in that organization, you'll have to apply for it, but otherwise you can just join. Some of them are not free. Probably you have fee of about $10 to $15, but yeah, I had a few.
I think someone has a question about TB test and TB screening. I think it's preferred that you come here and get your TB test done because a lot of places people here do not, like the UTD health center sometimes do not accept your India's TB result. So it's better that you get it done here. And that does not, if you have a hold about that, you can you can mail the health center and they will understand that you're not here and they will do the needful and probably remove your hold. So reach out to them if you have a hold and you cannot register for your classes because of that for now.
How to go about booking the apartment webinar regarding this would be helpful. Yes, so we have planned to have webinars like about at least 3 to 4 by the end of July. So probably in the next webinar, we would be explaining about how you can access the portal and what are the documents generally required, the electricity and etc. All the details will be shared in the next slide. Sorry, next webinar. Do you provide temporary accommodation on arrival? Yes, we have planned to provide temporary accommodation, which provided for the maximum of 3 days, so that it's like easy for you guys to transition. But we are still looking for volunteers, and we cannot be 100% sure that we will be providing, but we will try our best, and we will let you know much in advance. We will also roll out a form for, our temporary and pickup accommodation form will be the same one. So once we get to know about through our volunteers if they're ready to provide the accommodation, we will be able to tell it to you guys and inform you. Could we get a detailed document from Empower regarding international students loan? Well, yes, we have been shared some documents related to the loan, so we will be able to share it with you guys. Probably we can keep that in the YouTube link description.
So someone said that they haven't received an email about for with the WhatsApp links and everything from ISA. ISA is not sending you the emails. ICP is sending you the emails with the links of WhatsApp groups that we have created for you guys. But if you haven't received one, maybe we can put something here and you guys can join in the group from here. We'll put in the link here.
Yeah, so I think it's time. We just have like a minute left. So to the other questions, as mentioned earlier, we have made note of all of these questions, and we will try also the questions that you guys asked when we shared the Google form. We will create a FAQ and share it with you on WhatsApp groups so that it's easy for everyone. Like we got a lot of repetitive questions, so we will try to have one particular document. Also, we have got some documents related to immigration and quarantine from the ICP ISSO as well. We will share that as well with them. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining. It was really nice getting to know that all of you are like, I know it's getting very difficult for you guys, especially at this point of time because of these deferrals and etc. COVID situation in India is getting worse. I heard that it's getting better, like it's fine now. And about the visa slots as well, it's I think I heard on Monday it will be opening for huge volume. So I hope you guys all get the visa and come here soon and enjoy here at UTD. We will have a lot of webinars coming up. Yeah, so please have a look out on that, and we will share all possible documents and try to help you. You can reach us on any of the platforms. We are available: Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp links, emails, ISA website. Anyway, we are always there to help you guys. So thank you so much for joining, and